Hello friends, welcome to FAQs on Sahaja Yoga. I'm Aparna Ganguly from Kolkata and today we have with us Mr. Sanjay Roshan Talwar from Noida. Sanjay ji, आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है. Sanjay ji, in this through this FAQs, what we want to we basically cover the frequently asked questions by people, by newcomers especially, about Sahaja Yoga, the various aspects of Sahaja Yoga. So today I'm going to ask about Agnya Chakra. In the Agnya Chakra, we know that there are two left and right side, which is super ego and ego, Ahankar and Patri Ahankar. So often it's a very confused subject. So I would like you to tell us about what is the difference between ego and superego. Over to you.
Hi everybody. Hello friends. Namaste. I'm Sanjay. I live in Gurgaon. And of course, as the pandemic has kept us home, we are here with you to discuss some important issues that concern us. आपका जो ये प्रश्न है about Agnya Chakra, it has two aspects. One is the front Agnya and one is the back Agnya. So the front Agnya is fed by overactivity of the right side, which is the Pingala Nadi or the sun channel. The back Agnya is fed by the left channel, which is the Ida Nadi, which is our desire. Now, the battle of life is between desire and action. What happens is when there is too much of action and there is not enough desire to back it, it creates a myth called I did it, I do everything. And then that keeps growing and growing, and it keeps filling up our right side till it becomes very hot. And all the smoke that comes out of that overactivity stores in front of the lobe of the brain, which is called the Agnya Chakra. And the front lobe, when it's full, then it is filled with ego. This creates ego within us, which is a myth of the I, that we have identified ourselves in this life. But we don't know that we are filled with this ego. We don't know most of our lives. Now what happens is, there are people who have the left problem, the left side, which means the desire side. So when we are desiring too much and we have the wrong desires of life, and these desires don't get fulfilled, we go into a depression. We then get aggressed. We tend to release ourselves in the hands of other people who aggress us. And we don't come to know this because we are all wanting relief from it. And we don't know where to get the relief. And that causes us to go deep into the left side. And then that overactivity creates another balloon at the back of the brain, which is the back side of the Agnya. And that is called the superego. So this is the differentiation between the ego and the superego. But the biggest part is that this ego, it is, I'd say, बहुत चालाक है ये ego हमारी. ये इतनी चालाक है कि ये जाके सुपर ईगो में जाके छुप जाती है. So a man who is egoistic, because it is a myth, it can be easily, exposed. How does this get exposed? When we get our self-realization, when our Kundalini comes to the Agnya Chakra, it pierces this balloon and it deflates. And our Agnya gets totally cleared because we become thoughtless. Because the left and the right thoughts are immediately arrested by the Kundalini, which is the beauty of self-realization. So before self-realization, when we become thoughtless, the Agnya Chakra becomes deflated. And that is the time when we are saying, I forgive. Why are we saying I forgive? We are actually forgiving ourselves for all the actions that we do under this I. and we forgive all others whom we hold responsible for having done wrong things to us. Whereas we can't control them, we can only hold them in our minds, and they have all the control on us. And then when suddenly the Kundalini reaches the Agnya Chakra, it releases that control. That means the control that we have on our eye and they have upon our eye. And all that stored as the ego, which is the aggressor, suddenly tames down, quietens down at the Agnya Chakra. But as far as the left side balloon is concerned at the back of the head, it also comes from all the wrong deeds that we have done in our past lives, in this life, and then all the collection of the left side, which doesn't know where to go because there is a blockage at the Agya level. Now, what happens is, in extreme cases, when the Kundalini rises and it clears the ego, the deflation of the superego also happens. But as we carry on with life, most of the times we keep doing actions and they sometimes want to hide somewhere, and they hide at the superego. So the ego has a chance to hide itself at the superego, and the superego has that great quality of hiding itself to the extent that it need not be discovered if we don't desire it. So what happens is, even if we are realized, even if initially our Kundalini passes the Agya, goes up into the Sahastrar, but that is momentary. But when we do the practice of Sahaja Yoga, when we practice thoughtless awareness, we find every time we become thoughtless, we receive vibrations on our palms and our hands because the Kundalini has reached the Sahasrara. And from the Sahasrara, all the energy of the God's Lord pervading, all pervading love of God, it enters into our brain. And through that into the Vishuddhi and into our arms and palms, and we can feel those vibrations. But that has happened because both the balloons of the Agya and the super and the superego of the back Agya both get deflated for that moment that we sit in meditation. But then there is more to be done. There is this something called introspection. We have to look within. What kind of habits have we formed in our life? What are we hiding from ourselves and from the world? And this is a constant exercise that we have to keep doing very consciously. And we are lucky that because the Agnya Chakra has been opened because of realization, we have this distinct advantage over those who are non-realized to just watch ourselves. And who is watching? It is our spirit. The spirit that has been enlightened by the Kundalini. The attention that has got the light of the spirit. And when that attention moves from the heart into the Vishuddhi, into the Agnya, it immediately throws light into us about what we are. And we start beginning to be a witness to our own selves and to the world around us. And this witness state of the Lord Shiva, which manifests through the eyes of the beholder, that he watches himself. And then he sees what is wrong with him. And that is all that is required, because the minute you are able to watch yourself, you begin to lose what is holding on to you unnecessarily, which is not yours, which is not meant for you, which is these reminiscences of the Agya at the back Agya. They all go away, and you start feeling more and more vibrations, more and more peace in your heart. And that is one way the ego that hides at the superego also tends to disappear. So that is one way of getting rid of the ego in totality. The good part is the egoistic people get exposed very soon when they get their realization. And the super egoistic people, they tend to take a long time because they have these frozen habits and issues about what they want to keep hiding, and they don't want to come out in the open. So when they get that witness state through their meditation, they are able to overcome that. And that is how both the Agya and the super and the back Agya can be cleared out. As you know, that both the left and the right channel, when they rise up to the Agya, they cross at the optic chiasma on the center. And that is where there is a very small opening when the Kundalini touches that point, and it just deflates the left and the right balloons of the Agnya Chakra. That doorway to the gateway to heaven is opened, and we reach straight at the Sahastrar. And that is the time when you go from thoughtless awareness to doubtless awareness. And so this is the role that the Agnya Chakra plays in our lives, vis-a-vis the ascent that we do through our meditation. And I hope I have been able to cover most of the points regarding both the Agya and the back Agya.
So we'll catch you up again. Today we are getting, let's get over with this one. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you. God bless. Shukriya.